Good morning, students. Everyone, kindly switch on your videos before we start. Yes, everyone, kindly switch on your videos. The rest, kindly switch on your videos, everyone. Okay, so we will start. Today we'll revise about rabies. Okay, so rabies is a zoonotic disease. So, what are zoonotic diseases? Anyone remembers? Zoonotic disease. What are zoonotic disease? Anyone remembers? ZOONOTIC, zoonotic disease. Transmitted from animal. Yes. So, zoonotic diseases are the ones that are transmitted from the animals. Okay. And rabies, it is a viral infection. Rabies can also be, if you say only rabies, rabies also means the virus and also the disease. Okay, so the particularly the virus is Lyssa virus type 1. Okay, so the rabies viruses, the name is Lyssa virus type 1, and rabies is a viral infection, and it mainly spreads through the bite of an infected animal, sometimes maybe from the scratches of the infected animal, and without early treatment this can be fatal. So this virus can affect your body in two ways. Okay, either it will directly enter into your peripheral nervous system and then it will go to your brain, that is through the peripheral nervous system it will go into your central nervous system, and sometimes it might replicate within the muscle tissues. Okay, so when it is replicating in the muscle tissue, the thing is, in when it is in the muscle, the virus, it is safe from the immune system. The immune system cannot find a virus in the muscle tissue. They are more prone to be found when they are in the nervous system, be it in the peripheral or be it in the central nervous system. But when they are in the muscle tissue and replicating there, it's like hiding there and then multiplying there. Okay, and after that it enters the nervous system through the neuromuscular junction, means after replicating, after that it enters the nervous system, okay, through the neuromuscular junction, which is between the nerves and the muscle. So once it goes inside the nervous system, the virus, it can cause inflammation of the brain, and ultimately coma and death may also follow if left untreated or if treatment is done late. Now, regarding the source of infection to men is the saliva of the infected animals. Okay, in dogs and cats, the virus may be present in the saliva for like 5 to 6 days. Before you see the signs and symptoms, they will be present in the saliva for like 5 to 6 days, and they will remain till death. Okay, so this can be spreaded by dogs, cats, okay, then by bats. By bats it is less common, but still it can be transmitted by bats as well, and raccoons, okay, foxes, but these are wild animals, so there are less chances of coming in contact with those, but still they can be transmitted from these animals as well. And it is more common in countries, rabies, where stray animals, especially the stray dogs, are present. Okay, so a large number of cases are found in Asia and Africa because there are more number of stray dogs here. And any mammal, okay, any warm blooded animal can transmit the virus, but the smaller ones, the smaller mammal such as your rodents, that means the rats, okay, the rats, mouse, all this, they rarely become infected, but this can also become infected at some point of time. Okay, but they are very likely to spread the disease. Next, talking about the host, that you know, all warm blooded animals, okay, example your men, and like all animals such as your fox, raccoons, dogs, cats, bats, all these animals, as well as men, means any warm blooded animal and men, these are the host. Okay, and mode of infection is a deep bite or a scratch by the infected animal, and dogs are the main host and transmitter, especially in Asia and Africa, and I told you the reason, because there are more number of stray dogs here. Okay, and bats, these are most common in US. Okay, in US of America and Canada, these are bats are more common. Okay, not in India. In India you will find that mainly it is transmitted by dogs or cats. Now talking about the incubation period is usually it is 1 to 3 months, but it can be as less as 7 days and may last to many years. Okay, and I told you about that incident, if you remember, if you were there in the class, how a person, he died like at his 70s, when he was like a dog has bitten him many years back during his childhood, but then that person, he died in his 70s, and he didn't have any signs and symptoms throughout. Okay, so he could not know that he got rabies or not. The only mistake he did was he didn't take the vaccination or the injection that needs to be taken after getting bitten by a dog or a cat. So after that he died in his 70s, but the reason was stated that it was because of rabies. Okay, so this can last till many years. So it is very important to get immediate treatment after being bitten by a dog or any stray animal. Okay, now talking about the clinical features, the signs and symptoms, rabies, clinically, if you divide it, clinically it is of 5 types. Okay, incubation, prodrome, acute neurologic period, coma, and then death. Incubation period is the time that I told you, maybe 1 to 3 months, 7 to many years, and the closer the bite to the brain, the sooner the effects will appear. Okay, so like if a dog bites in the leg, the effect may be seen a bit late, but if the dog bites somewhere like maybe in your arm, so the effects will be seen sooner. So the more closer the bite is to the brain, the effects are very likely to appear soon. And sometimes what happens is that by the time you see the signs and symptoms of rabies, it usually becomes fatal. Okay, so anyone who have been exposed to the virus, they should seek immediate medical help without waiting for the symptoms, because if you wait for the symptoms, you do not know When will you get the symptoms? And especially the symptoms are seen in the neurological period. So till then the damage is already done, so it becomes fatal. So immediate treatment is very much necessary even without any signs and symptoms. Next comes the prodromal period. So what is prodrome? Prodrome, I told this several times. Prodrome, Prodrome, prodrome. Early symptoms. Yes, good. So prodrome means the early signs and symptoms or the early clinical features. So here in rabies what you will see is a fever, okay, headache, anxiety, then general feeling of unwell. So what is the word for general feeling of unwell? General feeling of unwell. What is the medical terminology for that? Malaise. Yes, correct. Good. It is malaise. So malaise is the general feeling of unwell, and along with it sore throat and cough, okay, nausea and vomiting and discomfort. All these things can be seen here. And then this prodromal signs and symptoms, they may last from like 2 to 10 days, and as time passes by they get worse. Next is your acute neurologic period. So neurologic period means it has entered your nervous system, okay, maybe your peripheral nervous system or the central nervous system, and now the person will go through a stage of confusion, aggression, because the virus is affecting your brain and the spinal cord. So confusion, aggression, partial paralysis, okay, convulsions means loss of consciousness, hyperventilation means difficulty in breathing, then hypersalivation means the person will be producing a lot of saliva. Usually the saliva will be very frothy in nature, okay. Apart from that, fear of water, which is a very significant sign and symptom here, that is the fear of water, hydrophobia, due to difficulty in swallowing. So hydrophobia, apart from hydrophobia they will have fear of light, which you say as photophobia, and also fear of noise, okay, hallucinations, nightmares, okay. So these are some important signs and symptoms that you get to see in the acute neurologic period. And during the end of this period, the breathing will also become very rapid and inconsistent. So breathing is also affected here because the respiratory centers are located in the brain. So once the brain will be affected, your respiration will also be affected. After that is the stage of coma and death. So if a person enters a stage of coma, so death will occur within few hours, maybe within a few days or within a few hours, until and unless the person is attached to the ventilator, because his respiratory muscles will be paralyzed, okay. Respiratory muscles as in your diaphragm, the intercostal muscles, so all these muscles, they have the respiratory center in the brain only. So once the function of brain is interrupted, the respiratory muscle also gets paralyzed, okay. So until and unless the person is attached to a ventilator, the person will go for death, okay. So what is coma? What is coma? Yes, anyone? No body response. Anyone else wants to add up something? No eye, no verbal, and no motor response. Yes, no response or no eye response, no verbal response, and no motor response. Unconsciousness for long period and a period of prolonged unconsciousness. Yes. a period of prolonged unconsciousness, and if you go for a precise definition, then there is no response, no eye response, no verbal response, and no motor response. Okay, that means there will be no eye opening. Okay, the person will not be saying any words, not only words, the person, there will be no sound from the person, and also motor response, there will be no movement, even the smallest of the movement in the fingers will not be seen. Okay, apart from that, why is rabies known as hydrophobia? Because whenever a person like thinks of drinking water during, once he is infected, so there is intense spasm in the throat muscle even when the person is trying to swallow or drinks water. So because of that, the person starts developing a fear of water. Okay, so rabies is also known as your hydrophobia. And also the important thing here is, if an individual he swallows his saliva, then there will be less chances of spreading of the virus, because the virus will be present in the saliva. So if a person spits out the saliva, then this can come in contact with any other body. Okay, so if the person swallows his saliva or spits it in a proper area such as the basin, then there are less chances of the virus being spreaded. Okay, clear till here? Everyone? Okay. Now next, talking about the diagnosis. So first is of course a history of bite or a scratch by any animal. Okay, and see, the thing is, if one is bitten by any animal or being scratched, so you do not know whether the animal is infected, whether the animal has the infection or not. So it is always better to consider for the worst. Okay, so it is better to assume that that animal was infected and then go for immediate diagnosis and treatment. Okay, if you think that animal is not infected or anything, you do not know whether the animal is vaccinated or not, so it is better to think for the worst. Okay, and also some antigen detection test. Of course there will be history of bite. Apart from that, antigen detection, okay, using this biopsy, virus isolation from your saliva and the other bodily secretions. So this comes under your diagnosis. Now talking about the treatment, there is no such specific treatment for rabies. The patient should be isolated in a quiet room where there is no such noise or bright light, any such external stimuli, because the person already has developed the fear of light and noise. So it is better to isolate the person. Then usually here the treatment is symptomatic, that is we try to relieve the symptoms. So to relieve anxiety and pain, we use sedatives. Morphine can be given to relieve the anxiety and pain. Apart from that, everything goes for symptomatic treatment. Okay, there is no such specific drug for rabies, so all you do is you try to control the signs and symptoms. Then if spastic muscles are there, so you go for drugs which have Curare like action, which can relax your muscle or muscle relaxants, so you go for those drugs. Then hydration and proper diuresis should be there, because the person is suffering from hydrophobia. So in this stage the person may be not hydrated well because he is not drinking water, so hydration should be ensured, and also diuresis, that means the filtration of fluid by kidney. So only once when the person drinks, only then the fluid can be filtered by the kidney. So regarding the hydration, so one should take care of that. Okay, and intensive therapy can also be given, like cardiac support and respiratory support, once the person goes into the stage of neurological period and coma. Okay, and then proper prophylaxis. Prophylaxis means early treatment that you give as a measure of prevention, so that should be done. And when you have a wound, then there should be cleansing, there should be wound care. Okay, wound care comprises of like cleansing of the wound, then chemical treatment of the wound, and if the wound is a bigger one, then we go for suturing, which we say as stitching in layman terms, and apart from that, using antibiotics and anti-tetanus measures to the wound. And also vaccines can be given as a form of treatment. Over the next like 2 to 4 weeks, vaccines can be given. Vaccines are usually given as a measure of prevention, but they can also be given for treatment as well over the next 2 to 4 weeks after the bite. Okay, so wound care is also important. Apart from that, this symptomatic management. Okay, so these two are the important aspects: symptomatic management and wound care. Clear about this treatment? Okay. So next, regarding the prevention and awareness, so there should be regular anti-rabies vaccination for all the pets, okay, for your domestic animals, the animals that you have at your home. So there should be regular vaccination for them, and there should be ban on import of animals from other countries, because you never know whether they are vaccinated or not, and widespread vaccination of humans in areas where rabies is already spreading a lot. So in those areas, widespread vaccination of humans should also be done, and educational information should be there. Now, individual precautions. So whatever I said, this ban on import of animals and then widespread vaccination of human being, all this can be taken up by the authorities, okay, by the authorities and the governments. But if you talk about individual precautions, then vaccinating pets, that you can do on an individual level, okay, vaccinating pets and protect your small pets in a, maybe in a cage, or even when they go out, then try to be along with them, because you never know when they will come in contact with the wild animals, and then that animal will also get infected, and then there are chances of spreading the virus by that animal. Okay, and keep the pets confined if they are at home, and if you go out, then it's better to supervise them. If you see any stray dogs or stray animals in your localities, it is better to inform to the authorities, and do not approach the wild animals. And in here, it is not much required to keep the pets out of home, but in countries such as the US, it is important. So nesting, proper nesting should be there, so that pets can be kept out from any contact with the people. Okay, and proper vaccination should be there. And if you are traveling, then it's better to take the vaccination beforehand. Okay, if you are traveling to area where rabies is common, then it is important to take the vaccination beforehand. So I hope it is clear. Let me check if I have some infographic. So here you can see, be aware of the stray dogs, and then for signs and symptoms, like there will be body aches, fever. Here you can see hydrophobia. Okay, then sort out these small animals, you can like confine them. Okay, and then sources can be all this warm blooded animals, it has been shown. Apart from that, wound care and proper treatment and vaccination. So if you look into the picture, this sums up everything. Okay, have a look. Okay, so here are some questions regarding rabies. So rabies is a dash disease: fungal, viral, bacterial, or protozoal? Everyone? Yes, it is a viral disease. Okay. And what are the phobias that you develop in rabies? Tell me about the phobias that you develop in rabies. Yes, so it's hydrophobia, that is the fear of water. Along with it, there is the fear of light, which is photophobia, and also fear of noise. Okay, so these three phobias. Okay, especially hydrophobia is prominent here, but apart from hydrophobia, fear of noise and fear of light can also be seen. Okay. Then, what is the name of the virus that causes rabies? The agent? Yes, so it is lysovirus type 1, and it is, if you see in a broader category, then it is a RNA virus, and otherwise it is lysovirus type 1. So, what are the source of infection, or you can say mode of transmission? What are the mode of transmission? Not source, mode of transmission. Yes, it is bite or scratch. Bite or scratch by any infected animal. Okay, maybe dogs, maybe cats. Okay, maybe bats. Okay, so bite or scratch from any infected animal. So I'll give you names of certain animals. You find out which ones are the host of rabies. Okay. So first is your men. A is men. B is dogs. C is cats. Okay. D is snakes. Now tell me which ones out of this are the host. Yes, so the host are dogs, cats, and men. So many of you might be confused that yesterday I said about the reservoir of infection. The reservoir of infection was for cholera was men and water, but the host was only men. I said that because men was the living thing, okay, but water was the non-living thing. So water can be considered as a reservoir. Men can also be considered as a reservoir. But if you talk about host, the host is men only. But here men, dogs, cat, everything are living things only. So all of these will be the host. Okay, so all warm-blooded animals as well as men can be the host. So clear? Host. Yes. So which one is the main host in US? Which one is the main host in US? Yes, good. So how many stages are there? Clinical stages of rabies? Yes, good. And hypersalivation is seen in which stage? Hypersalivation. Option A, incubation period. Option B, acute neurologic period. Your option C is the prodrome. Option D is coma and death. So, where is hypersalivation seen? Yes, good. So, hypersalivation is seen in your acute neurologic period. And why is it known as hydrophobia? Why is rabies known as hydrophobia? Yes, tell me, why is rabies known as hydrophobia? Yes, good. Because even the thought of swallowing water, that will cause intense spasm in the throat. Okay, so ultimately the person will start fearing water. Paroxysmal contractions of pharynx responsible for hydrophobic spasms. Yes, good. So whenever the person will think of like drinking water or even swallowing something, that person will develop intense spasm in his throat, that is the throat muscles, which will ultimately lead to the fear, okay, that if I swallow water or if I swallow anything or if I drink water, so will it lead to spasms in my throat. So as a result the person will start avoiding water, and this will lead to hydrophobia in the person. So what is the action of curare? Okay, curare, curare. Relief pain, muscle relaxant, helps in filtration, okay, or for prophylaxis. What is the function of curare? Relief pain, muscle relaxant, filtration of fluid and prophylaxis. Filtration of fluid or diuresis and prophylaxis. Repeat. Okay, what is the function of curare? C-U-R-A-R-E. Okay, option A is relief pain, option B is muscle relaxant, option C is diuresis or filtration, option D is prophylaxis. Yes, everyone, others? So the action of curare is muscle relaxation. Okay, morphine that reduces pain. Okay, morphine reduces pain and is a not relaxant. It relieves pain and also can be used as sedative. Okay, curare is the muscle relaxant. Okay, so since there are intense spasm, so when you take this curare, so this will relieve the muscle. This will lead to muscle relaxation. What are the steps involved in wound care? Wound care, or what does wound care comprises of here in case of rabies? Yes, anyone? Chemical treatment, suturing and cleansing. Okay, anyone wants to add up something? Antibiotics and antitetanus measures. Yes, good. So wound care, it comprises of cleansing, chemical treatment, suturing, which means stitching, and antibiotics and antitetanus measures. Okay, so this was all for your rabies. So tomorrow what we will do is, like we did it in the last week, so we will, in this week we have revised about malaria, rabies, and what else, cholera, right? So read up these three topics. Okay, so we'll discuss these three at once, okay, together. So read these three topics. Tomorrow we'll be like going for a question answer session for all these three topics. Okay, malaria, rabies, and cholera. Clear, everyone? Okay, and find out more topics that you want me to repeat, or if you have any doubt in a particular topic, please let me know. Okay, we'll do that in the next week. So we'll end up the class now. Sia, you can send me the attendance.